Hi, I'm Richard Lang. In this video I'm going to share with you the idea that there are potentially four main stages in our lives. The four main stages are the baby, the child, the adult and the seer. So let's start at the beginning with the first stage. Stage 1, the baby. As a baby you are headless, at large, space for the world, without thinking about your experience in these or in any terms. You are unaware of having an appearance, of having a face, of being inside a body. When you looked in the mirror, that wasn't you, it was another infant. Your faceless openness was infectious. Just by being yourself, you were inviting others to be faceless too, to let go of their self-consciousness. It was as if you were saying, I'm wide open for you. There's nothing in the way. Come and join me in this boundless openness. Be space for me like I'm being space for you. Of course, we don't remain as babies. We move on to the next stage. Stage 2, the child. As a child, you were still headless, still space for the world. But at the same time, you were becoming aware of your appearance, your face, your public identity. You are developing the capacity to go out from yourself a few feet, turn around and see yourself from there, or rather imagine what you looked like from there, with a face, of course. Looking in the mirror, you began to identify with the person you saw there, taking on that face, that body. Increasingly, in the company of others, you saw yourself as they saw you, with a head on your shoulders. You were learning to take responsibility for that unique and special individual. Yet the head that you were acquiring sat so loosely on your shoulders that it was just as easy for you to be a lion or a tiger, say, as it was to be a child. You were not yet contained inside a human box. Often you forgot that you were anything at all. How happy you were being wide open for the world, free as the wind. Your openness was infectious. Your message to others was, come join me and be anything you like, because, like me, you're not in a box. The world is your playground. Everything is possible. Of course, we don't remain as children, but move on to the next stage. Stage 3, the adult. By the time you're an adult, you fully accept society's limited view of you. You see yourself as others see you. Looking in the mirror, you've no doubt that that is you. You trade your central openness, the boundless space that contains everything, for that one appearance, for that one thing that excludes all other things. Of course, your adult self-consciousness is a necessary and vital development. You couldn't function in society if you weren't aware of what you looked like, if you didn't identify with the one in the mirror. But then it's not surprising if sometimes you feel vulnerable, because being a person is being vulnerable from 1,000 directions, and in the end, of course, you know you're going to die. This third stage of adult self-consciousness is also infectious. Your message to others now is, I'm in a box here and you're in a box there. We're face to face and separate from each other. You don't have to say this to people. Everybody's thinking it. Everybody believes that they are what they look like. And so in this third stage, you have gone out from yourself, as it were, and you're looking back and seeing yourself as others see you and identifying profoundly with being a person. And the idea of being headless, of being space for the world, you dismiss as nonsense. So, seeing yourself as separate is a marvelous achievement, to be an individual. But it may be that you also feel you're missing something, which of course you are. And fortunately, this need not be the end of the story. You can go on to the next stage. Stage 4, the seer. When you dare to put aside what society tells you about you, and you look for yourself, at yourself, you discover that society is wrong. You're not what you look like. Or rather, society is right about what you are from a distance of a few feet, but wrong when it tells you that you are that appearance here, right at your center, at zero distance. You're not. When you look in a mirror, you discover that on your side of the mirror you have no face. Instead of finding a person at your center, a solid thing in the middle of your universe, you find nothing at all. Yet this nothingness is self-evidently awake. And though it's empty, it's also full. It contains the world. How wonderful not to be in a box. How wonderful to be full of all things. Clothed in the universe, all things are yours. Of course, you continue being self-conscious. You're aware that this awake nothingness where you are manifests out there in others as a person. So you live a two-sided life. Privately, you're the one. Publicly, you're one amongst many. And this fourth stage of the Seer, where you're aware both of your human nature and your true nature, this fourth stage is as infectious as the other stages. Now, not only are you communicating to others that you're an individual and they're an individual, but you're also communicating non-verbally the fact that you're space for them, you're room for them, they are within you. And of course, you accept that they are room for you, that they are also the one, this timeless, boundless consciousness. The Indian greeting Namaste means, I honor you because you're an appearance of God. Well, headlessness shows the same respect to others because you see that every face you meet is given in this faceless openness. Every face is your own. Every face belongs to the one self. And when you meet others who are also enjoying being conscious of this open space where they are, then you as the one get to celebrate with yourself who you really are. You get to celebrate with others who are also yourself. Many voices in one consciousness, many lives flowing from one source. You who are the one are also the many.